There's a haunting at Hocking College in Nelsonville. One student, cutting through the rain-wetted campus parking lot heading for home late one night, took a shortcut through the Robbins Crossing Village to get to the old Hocking Valley Railroad tracks and a shortcut to her rental. As her feet met with the wet, mudgrass mix of earth and leftover autumn leaves, they made a soggy trudge, squish, 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 until once in a while she hit a puddle, cringed, and felt the cool water seep into the toes of her worn tennis shoes. The walk was miserable. It was a chilly, rainy November night, and in a hurry to get to her class in the morning, she had left with little more than a summer jacket in the warmer air of early afternoon. Now she was regretting not thinking ahead. There was the hint of sleety snow in the air. She picked up her pace, chin tucked and arms crossed to ward off the nippy hint of winter. Still, always wary of those things living that go bump in the night, her eyes worked back and forth in the darkness. Only occasionally did the half moon peek out from the black bloated clouds to shed light on the mucky path in front of her, so she could hop over a puddle or two. If she was not so cold, the shadows the clouds made as they crept away playing on the trees and buildings and brush might have made her think of ghastly, ghostly ghouls lurking in the night. But she focused on the chilly air and the rhythm of her squish, 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 squish of her feet against the ground. That is, until she was about to pass one large cabin to her left. There was a strange twist to the squish, 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 squish of her feet. There seemed to be another pair making a noise just behind them. This one, though, a bit heavier and almost as if trudging more slowly. The student swallowed hard, snapped to attention, and craned her neck behind her. There, coming up beside her, was something hazy, the height of a medium-sized man, and floating, although the squishy sound of steps kept pace with her own. Then, just as quickly as the mysterious form in its slower, deeper strides had appeared, it disappeared. The ghost is explained as this. There was once a cabin built by John and Martha Anthony over 190 years ago on land outside the small town of Union Furnace. It would still be quietly settled there along with its haunting if it were not for the Nutter Brothers strip mining on Loomis Road in the 1970s. The company was planning to demolish the building when they dynamited and bulldozed the property to get to the coal beneath. But the Anthony family, who had lived in the home for generations, donated the building to Hocking College in 1977 as part of a historical teaching complex, and it was moved 6 miles as the crow flies and east to its new location just outside Nelsonville. The cabin is unique, a duplex found more commonly in close-knit Appalachian communities than anywhere else. It offered separate quarters for 2 generations of the family at the same time, where parents lived on one side and their grown children and family on the other. A total of 4 generations have lived in the home since 1830. It is worth saving. There is a ghost. With all the mamas and daddies, kids, aunts, uncles, and grandparents living and loving and sometimes dying at the cabin, it was not at all surprising, even to the family, that somebody decided to stick around after they passed on. It was not just family who knew about the ghosts. When dismantling the building, some employees of the strip mining company refused to take down the home. They had seen the ghosts on occasion rambling around outside the building, one even going as far as to divulge that while he was patrolling the area around 2 a.m., he watched in astonishment as a tall, white ghost drifted from within the cabin and worked its way around the building. Another offered this up about the ghostly presence before the cabins moved to the campus. I don't want to go up there and tear down that guy's home. But they did tear it down and put it back together at the college to save it. It was not long ago that folks would place an evergreen on the highest beam of a new wood home. It appeased the spirits that came with the trees, gave them a place to live, and made for less mischief for those residing within. During the reconstruction of the Anthony cabin on the lot at Hocking College, someone added an evergreen. It must have fallen off because the spirits show up once in a while. Over the years at Hocking College, staff and visitors have watched as doors open and close on their own. Ghostly footsteps creep across the floor, and voices from the home's long past linger in the air. Sometimes a pale figure floats from within the cabin in the darkened night and roams the grounds. You may be able to see the ghost and perhaps other ghosts from the region on Friday and Saturday, October 15th and 16th, 2021. Hocking College is featuring special ghostly tours of the haunted Robbins Crossing Village from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., with guided walkthroughs showing some of the most frightening lore in the area. Robbins Crossing Historical Village is located in Nelsonville, Ohio, and not far from Athens, Ohio. Thanks for joining me on YouTube in a tour of the Robbins Crossing Village at night. As always, give permission to enter any area after dark and have a happy, if not a bit frightening,